Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all doing well. Today I'm here to discuss the factors affecting the legal environment. Before going into the factors, first we'll understand the meaning of the legal environment. Legal environment in business refers to the set of laws and regulations and legal frameworks that influences on how business operate within a given jurisdiction. That means within the given regulations or terms and condition how the business should run, and the various other factors within this legal environment can significantly impact the business operations, strategies, and decision makings and all. Here are some key factors along with the examples of how they can affect on the business that we are going to discuss in our next slides. Let's get into the PPT and see what are the factors that will affect on our businesses. The first one comes here is laws and regulations. In any country, in every country will have its own laws and regulations related to every activities going under that country. The business, for even for the business also, government has made different kinds of laws and regulations. It's depends on each country. Every country will have different kinds of laws and regulations, right? So we'll now understand how laws and regulations will affect on our businesses, our or any businesses. Different laws and regulations are established. Why the laws and regulations are established? Because by the government to ensure the fair competition, to have the competition. Uh, for ex- uh, for example, if I want to give you for this means, if any one person start the business, and he masters in his business, and he's getting good profits, and then he may start to sell his product for the less prices, so that every customers will attract towards his product, and he the customers may not go to the other competitors who are just stepping into the business, because they are just stepping into the business. They don't have much profits in their hands, so they have to sell the products for the like they have to sell the products for the more price than the one who is already uh, in a good position. So to avoid these kind of personality people's to have fair competition business, the government is going to make some rules and regulations for such scenarios. And also to protect the consumer rights. Consumers are the ones who are finally consuming the products or services. To protect the consumer rights, the government will keep some rules and regulations related to the safety and welfare of the consumers, and also to maintain the ethical standards. uh, these are the main objectives of the laws and regulations, why they keep the laws and regulations in any country. For instance, for example, antitrust laws prevent the monopolistic practices and promote healthy competition in the market. As I explained you before, if any one one company has gaining a huge profits, and they may easily spread their business throughout the country, and they can sell their products for the low prices, so that every person can choose to go for that product, and the other competitors cannot compete with such persons, such organization. So these Sherman Hanty Act will oppose such, will protect such kind of uh, business people, and it will help in healthy competition in the market. And then we have the contract law. For any business will have multiple kind of contracts. For example, if we want to start the partnership business, even there we'll have the what you say this partnership deed, right? Partnership deed is nothing but the contract law only. It's between the two person, or more than two persons. That is the contract between partners. Like that only for every suppliers and the dealers, whatever the agencies will have in the business, with everybody will have the contracts. Keeping that contracts and maintaining this contracts is also very important. If I want to give you an example, I have a contract with my suppliers for delivering goods, based on a few terms and conditions that I have mentioned in my contract. And one day, one fine day, this suppliers will just say, "Ki, I don't supply the products." Then what can I do with that contract? I can easily approach to the court and I can get justice from the court. For that sake, we have to maintain the contract law. I hope you are clear about this contract law. Next, we'll see the intellectual property rights. It is also called IPR. IPR is the intellectual property laws protect the invention, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets. I wanna give you an example. If you take it YouTube, in YouTube, if you are uh, starting a new channel, and if you are copying other content and you are posting on your channel, then it will say copyright claim, right? So that is a copyright. You are copying other content, so it will not accept. It is against the terms and conditions of the YouTube. The same thing even in the business also. A business will have their trademarks and their symbols and their um, things and all to their own kind of symbols they will create to create the name and fame in the society, in the market. So for those trademarks and copyrights, others cannot copy. I am taking the Adidas as an example. You all know that Adidas is the number one, we can say the top most, one of the best, I can say, one of the best brand that we can see. And with the so what will happen here with the Adidas name, other people can copy the products, and with their name they can sell that. This is what it is not right, right? Correct. Adidas is the separate company, but some other people is involving here. They are creating their own products and they are just naming their Adidas. They are using Adidas name and they are selling the products for their own benefits. That is not right. So what Adidas is doing here, Adidas is uh, Adidas is having the patent. They are going to register their trademark in the particular board, and the board will give the security to that trademarks for that Adidas. No other people can copy that name or their symbols, their logos, and do the business. If they do so, then they will be punished and they will be charged. Even they may have to close their business. And this is intellectual property rights. It's nothing but protection for the trademarks, copyrights, and other trade secrets. No other people can copy one another. Uh, Trademarks or copyrights, whatever it is. I hope you are clear with the intellectual property rights. Then next we have the employment and labor laws. Yes, regulations governing employment conditions like wages, working hours, and employee rights are crucial for any business. Employees are the one who are seeking for the job, one who are looking for the who are ready to spend their time to earn the money. So just because they don't have enough money in their hand, a business one who have the money cannot take the advantage of those employees, and they cannot exploit on against on them, right? So to protect the people here, to protect the employment, we have some labor laws and employment laws where we have the fixed wages, fixed working hours. The one cannot work more than 8 hours in a day, and the wages should be the fair wages to people, and it should be equal for male and female. Like that, will have so many other things in the employment and labor laws, and in employment laws, everyone should be treated equally. All those rights will be mentioned in the employee rights, and it is very crucial for maintaining a peace and fairness in the society, in the market and business. And also to violations of labor can results in legal actions. If anyone violating those legal terms which is mentioned in the employment laws, and that particular organization can be can should have to face the legal actions. Even they can and it is harmful for their reputation damage as well. It can damage their reputation in the market, in the society. For example, if the company being sued for the unfair dismissal or workplace harassment, then it can go viral in news channels, and that the name and fame of that company may destroy. So this is very important to keep in mind for every organization and to maintain and follow the employment and labor laws. Then we have the environmental regulations. As we all know, we are facing so many environmental issues these days. For that, for as for that we can see the like global warming and change in seasons and all these environmental issues we can see in these days. All these because of the business is the main one of the main thing. So to protect the environment, we have some rules and regulations in imposed in the standards to restrict on the businesses with the interaction with the environment. Business must comply with the waste disposal emissions and pollution control regulation. Environmental is free. We can use the resources for free, and we can make it to finish goods and sell. And environment is free. This doesn't mean that we are using it for in a wrong way and we are polluting the environment. To protect the environment only, we have these environmental regulations where we need to follow, and we need to keep all environmental friendly things in a mind. If any company is producing lots of wastage and it's just throwing into the water, and it just put dumping into the um, earth, and it is affecting on earth, and so it is also affecting on soil and water, and it affects on other human beings too. So to control these kind of pollutions, we have some rules and regulations. If any organization is going behind those rules and regulations, if it is creating lots of disposals and if it is creating any harmful chemicals and all, then those companies will be charged, and they may have to find extremely, and they have to maybe in worst case they need to close their business too. These kind of effects which we will be getting from these environmental regulations. This ways we will be having so many other uh, laws and regulations which will affect on any business. Then we have the consumer protection law. Previously, we in the first two slides only we discussed about the consumer protection laws. These laws safeguard the consumer interest by ensuring product safety, truthful advertising, and fair pricing. For example, if any product is saying it is very safer and it is well tested and it is safe to consume, and the people have started to consuming it, one fine day it is showing then it shows the very negative or very bad effect on one's health. Then if government is testing, then it will come to know that it's not maintained, it's not followed the whatever procedure it has to follow in the testing. It is not tested properly, so it is giving negative impact directly on the people now. So then that the particular company will be charged extremely, and they're punished, and they dismissed for doing this kind of businesses. So this consumer protection law ensures the safety and truthfulness of any company's product or services. If a business misrepresents its products or features or safety, it could face legal actions. And with an example, a company facing lawsuits for selling faulty products that cause harm to customers, as I explained the same thing. So it has to pay for it. Whatever damage happened to the customer, it has to pay for it, and for not following the procedures and laws and regulation, it will be charged heavily. Then we have the data privacy and security laws. In this digital age, this in this digital we all now know that traditional marketing is uh, lacking back. Now we are now shifting to the modernized business, that is this digitalized business. Technology is improving so very fast, so in these situations it is very important to maintain and protect the data which we have. law concerning data protection and privacy are crucial. Businesses must comply with the regulations on collecting, storing, and sharing customer data. Even if you are doing any we are buying any products to the online, we'll have to provide our basic information like mobile number, email ID, etc. May we locate, they make track the location. These all personal details need to be maintained properly. If we take it as WhatsApp example, we will be sharing our personal things we'll be discussing in the chats and all. So it is very important for the WhatsApp company to protect our privacy. So even WhatsApp cannot read our messages or whatever information we are sharing in those chats. So this is how any company should maintain and should protect the people's privacy and security. Otherwise it will be charged and it will be punished. And then we have now international trade laws. We all know the globalization. Now we are expanding our business to the entire globe towards other countries too. So when we are exporting or importing, we'll have certain rules and regulations related to this international trade laws. We must follow all these rules and regulations to uh, do successful business in a legal manner. Then we have the corporate governance laws. In these laws dictate how a company should be structured, managed, and operated. Corporate governance ensures the transparency, accountability, and ethical behavior within an organization. If anyone have starting their own organization, and then how they have to follow, what rules they have to follow, how they have to keep the transaction and all, based on the transaction, based on their profitability they have to pay taxes and all these will come under corporate governance laws. In case of they are earning more profits and they are not properly maintaining records, they may have to pay for it and they will be fined for those kind of activities. So it's very important for any company to maintain their accounts and transaction details, and to maintain this accounting in their company, and to make the taxations and all. Then we have the government policies and political stability. Yes, of course, changes in government policies and political instability can significantly impact on the business. Shifts in the tax policies, trade agreements, and regulations can affect market conditions. When we have if we speak about the local government, where we had earlier BJP, now we have the Congress. When government changes, even in the policies also changes. Here, for best example is the GST. When BJP came into this uh, came BJP government was came initially, they started with the GST, the goods and service tax. They increased the GST rates, and that will definitely impact on the business. Every organization has to pay high taxes and all. Maybe when government changes, other government comes, that time they may reduce the taxes. That time will have more profits. So based on taxes also it depends ki how our business is going in a profit or it's going under loss. This is all about the different kinds of different factors that will affect in our business, which are legal factors. And these are just few example of the factors that can affect the legal environment in which business operates. It's essential for business to stay informed about the legal landscape and comply with the applicable laws and regulations to avoid legal challenges and maintain a positive reputation. uh, as I said, whenever government changes, even laws and regulations will also changes. So it's very important for the business to keep and maintain to be well aware of the changing rules and regulations, and maintain those. Hope you are understood about legal environment and you have good idea and you do well in your exams. All the very best, guys. Thank you very much.